Rythmia Life Advancement Center. I'm Kim Stanwood, Terranova. I have the honor to be with you every week, as does my counterpart, John Jacob. We're the facilitators for The Answer Is You. And I have a special honor this day, is that I get to interview these two beautiful beings. So Brian and Marquise are from Los Angeles, and they've just spent a week with us here. And I believe they came with some intentions and are leaving with a lot more fulfilled. So I'm just going to ask you two questions before we jump in. What was your intention? First, say hello to everyone, please.
Hello, everybody. It's nice to be with you.
And what was your intention, Marquise, in coming this week?
Well, it's my third journey here. I came last year and I stayed 2 weeks. So my intention was to just go a little deeper into what I learned and find out more insights about what I need to do next. I used rythmia as a kind of setting the tone for the year.
Beautiful choice. Beautiful choice. Brian, what was your intention in coming?
Kim, my intention almost didn't make it here. I didn't want to come, and I think really my ego was fighting with me, and it put me in a place that really helped me understand that I needed to deal with some trauma and some issues in my life that have really kind of colored my ability to have good relationships, to have good friendships, and to be the best person I could be in my life and my partnerships and my work. And so I really came not really knowing what to expect,
right?
But I left feeling totally fulfilled, totally just in love with this place.
So you're grateful you said yes and came anyway.
I'm so grateful.
I love that. I'm grateful every day I'm here, so I know that feeling. I want to make sure everybody can hear us, that we're all good. Yes. Okay, so we get our miracles here at Rythmia. It's a miraculous place. And those of you who have been here with me before, you know this. We would love, we meaning the three of us, to share some wonderful news with you of the miracles that happened for Marquise and Brian this week. So I'm kind of going to go like this and pass it to you two to go right ahead for a few moments.
You can do ours?
Yeah.
Well, folks, we came here and we made a sacred commitment to each other and had a wedding ceremony on the last night of our trip here at Rythmia, and really got an opportunity to commit more deeply to each other and to really embrace, I think, the love and compassion and the grace that, we've shared in friendship for quite a long time, 14 years. But now have, just witnessed truly a miracle in our ability to, come together in partnership and really love and trust that we're moving in the right direction in life and that we're building what, we know we're supposed to be building for our families and our destinies.
Yeah. We got married. We got married. I know my family's listening. Our families are listening. And so it's so nice. We've been at it 15 years from between friendship and just being there for each other. And, being back in the States, love can get caught up with like money and things, and we're both creative. So you want things to be perfect. It's got to be, we have to wait now, or we have to save up in order to get this. But with ayahuasca, doing the ceremonies, that all that was stripped away. And we got to the point, which is your relationships. Your relationships matter. It's that your relationship with yourself is first and foremost. But it's important to have a community of people, and it's important to find love, I think.
I'm getting all teary-eyed. They got married.
We got married.
And how beautiful is this? It's like to say their sacred yes to each other here.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So
I'm so blessed to be in your presence. You said yes here.
We said yes.
Yes.
And we got some really cool things from our ceremony. This is our sacred robe that we wear together to signify our union. And we got this, our I don't know what you call this, but the shaman that performed it, he bound us together, and it was a way to be bound in the physical and in the spirit. And it was just wonderful. It felt like our ancestors saw us get married. Our loved ones that have passed on into the other world saw us get married. And
I want this to get around.
thank you. Oh, sorry. And it's just, it was an honor. It was so sacred. Now we'll go back to the States and we'll do the traditional
I feel like your family's
marriage.
bouncing up or down
I
in
know.
all the houses right now. And,
We hope so.
we're with you. We're with you on this.
Yeah.
Every one of these sacred elements that were brought to you here, that you are now saying yes to, all of those are going to live with you forevermore.
Yeah.
Like this represents the truth of that you two are always agreeing that yes, we walk right here, arm in arm, hand in hand forevermore.
Yeah.
That all choices, every decision you make, every conversation, that it's safe to come back to one another, to have those conversations and make those decisions. And I think your point is so beautiful about sometimes in life, we just get so busy of, well, it has to be just right for this to happen.
Yeah.
And it was just right.
Yeah,
That's just right.
Yeah, that's right.
But the depth of listening for each of you to know you heard the call that you were to do it now.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, I
We didn't
honor
know that we were going to do it when we got here.
Yeah.
And then we got here.
And literally on Tuesday night, we're going through our ceremony, and it gets into, the wee hours of the morning sometimes, as folks might know who've done the ceremony before. And at least for me, I was really dealing with some family trauma, some history, and things I thought I had either let go a long time ago or that were really repressed. And I don't think these things are unique to families, particularly families, African American families and families who've had to deal with, generational trauma and the rich history of slavery in America. And I think a lot of that stuff just kind of came to the forefront and really called me to check who I had become. It really called me to go deeper into myself and to also recognize that she has been with me my entire adult life. She has been, if not my best friend, one of my best friends for 15 years, which is incredible. And I'm grateful that we had the opportunity to take it deeper in love. But I think one of the things that Mitra said to us during the ceremony that really stuck with me is that the foundation of friendship is really what makes our commitment special. Yes. And as long as we stay focused on that commitment and that friendship, then we'll continue to hold our relationship sacred.
Yes. Yes. I just had a flash of something I'm going to repeat. I said it in class. I'm not sure if you heard, but it's very much important at this moment. Is that a wonderful teacher of mine said to me years ago, and now I offer it when people get married, is that in the presence of a true friend, do you remember me saying this in class? In the presence of a true friend, you have the safety to fall more deeply in love with yourself.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And you two came here for so many reasons, but you found safety to fall in love with yourselves, to say yes to one another.
Yes.
And may you forevermore remember that it's safe for you two to see yourselves rightly in the eyes of one another.
Yes.
And that's what the basis of friendship is created for you, is this depth of truth and authenticity and integrity to know, oh, I could look at you and see myself, and it's safe for me to understand myself in your presence.
Yes. Very much so.
I want to hoot and holler and start dancing. It's just like so exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're so excited.
Yeah,
we're so excited. I think the interesting thing about our journey for this week is they separate the men and the women in the room. So we were not journeying next to each other. We were completely on the opposite sides. And even when we tried to creep and find our way back to each other, the shaman and the shaman assistants would say,
gently
no.
say, let's go over here.
Yeah.
This journey is about you.
Because it's important to have your journey first before you, and know who you are before you can come together and be in union. And so I think that was great, that we both are on the other opposite sides of this huge maloka.
Yes.
And thinking about each other.
And I think
still having that connection.
Yes.
And why that's so important is when we came together, like you said, we were both healing from some pretty significant trauma.
Yes.
And many times in relationships, you find yourself codependently attached. You find yourself.
This is wisdom that is coming out of these two. I hope all of you are hearing it intimately. Keep going.
But you find yourself. I'll just be there to help solve her problems. I'll just be there. But, whatever she needs, I'll figure it out. Or whatever he needs, I'll figure it out. I'll just be there. And you lose parts of yourself because you can't hold space for your own feelings. And I think that's what the most beautiful part of the ceremony is that it teaches you that in order to heal as a union, you have to, like they say, you know, when you're on a plane, you have to put your mask on
Yes.
first before you can put somebody else's mask on.
Yes.
And I think we were both called the entire time we were here to put that mask on. But every time when the ceremony was over, we found our way back to each other. I mean, one night even I was dealing with some pretty serious stuff, and, you know, history of sexual trauma and other things in my family that I was called to deal with, and literally take in the bathroom and like fight with demons almost. And I came back and she was fanning me, and I thought it was I literally thought it was an angel, and it was her. And I was like, Marquise, but it was her, and she was fanning me, and she's like, hey, listen, I have to go deal with my stuff, but I wanted to make sure you were okay. I wanted to make sure you're good. And literally every night, that's how we ended it. And it was amazing.
Yeah, I had the same experience on a different night where I was deep in my process. I was moving really old, hard energy. And he snuck in, and my eyes are closed, and I just feel this kiss on my lips. And he says, I'm here with you. We're together. And he goes away. But it was everything I needed to keep on my journey. I needed that little boost. I didn't even know. It was
okay. I'm not going to let you guys go home. I think you're going to have to stay for another week of this goodness.
We're
Oh
open.
my!
Oh
my goodness, it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, okay, can I ask you a few other questions?
Sure.
So, what else will you take from Rythmia that will assist you now in marriage? I mean, ceremony has so many rich blessings, and you just explained them so beautifully well. How do you feel, especially because you've been here a few times, that the other elements of Rythmia added to your journey nights, added to your days of insights and understanding? Talk about that for a moment, please.
I think my independent intention was to go deeper. So we can't take the ayahuasca or the maloka, those experiences, home necessarily. But what I learned is breath work. Breath work works really well to help me when I need to transmute some bad energy, or if I'm feeling happy, if I'm feeling low. It's a nice baseline. So what I think Rythmia has taught me is I need a practice, a spiritual practice. I think everyone does. I also got a deeper understanding of yoga. I used to yoga for exercise, but I've learned how to yoga for just my own spiritual awareness and breathing deeply. It's so much in the breath. There's so much life in breath. Just enjoying that breath of life and honoring that.
Beautiful.
I'll take home. Yeah.
Beautiful.
My favorite part of Rythmia was a cold plunge. I'm joking. They have a beautiful spot. But the one thing that I took away, what I love the most is fellowship.
Yes.
I had a tough time coming to terms with my own masculinity because I have a wonderful father who has done, oh my God, he's a magical guy in terms of what he's been able to take on and transmute for our family, and to be able to raise kids and really, they're really, you know, are capable of being spiritual and taking on the challenges that come in the world. But I also found myself struggling with my masculinity. I found myself struggling with being vulnerable, being sensitive, spiritually sensitive. I've always been spiritually sensitive. And sometimes that would put me out of balance being in the presence of other guys. And I didn't understand that, or I feel the need to go to the other end of the spectrum and really embody rage and anger in a way that was not healthy for anybody. This journey, just being in a room with men from walks of life, from various walks of life, from 18 to, you know, some 60, 70-year-olds who are able to like leave wisdom with you. And they're leaving wisdom with you everywhere. They're leaving wisdom with you at lunch. They're leaving wisdom with you when you're doing breath work or yoga.
I love the way you just said that.
You know, it's just so beautiful. And I found my ability to love myself and love being a man. That makes sense.
In community, you found that.
Yeah.
Yes, beautifully stated. Beautifully stated. It's almost indescribable. I found that the words. There's not enough words at times to really share the depth of what our community is here.
Mhm.
And the connection that people arrive on a day like today,
Mhm.
and you could look at other people like, I don't know who that person is or what I'm going to have in common with them, and you will be in love with them within
Yes.
days.
Yeah.
Because of what you're explaining is that when we have a place that it's raw, and I love you said they're dropping wisdom on me here and there, we're catching it from everyone.
Mhm.
And there's just a sense of oneness because we're all in this adventure together. You
Yeah.
all said yes to go
Yeah.
on this adventure together, and
Yes.
this is what you caught.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you then blessed everyone with your love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk about bringing wisdom to people. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. This is what we do at Rythmia. We get to have these conversations grow as these two have so well. There's classes every day that support everything you're catching in ceremony and breath work and yoga. There's just a journey here that's brilliant, that you fall in love with yourself and you fall in love with your beautiful beloved before you.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you want to say to your, not just to your family, but to your family too, and anyone else that you'd say that maybe they're thinking about coming to Rythmia and they're not quite sure? What would you two say to them?
You wanna go first?
Sure. Hi, family. I love you. My family and friends, thank you for being on. One thing I would say is that healing can occur at any age. We are journeying with people who are, again, upwards of 70, as young as 18, and you don't have to live on an island. We all go through things, and everyone here has a story. Everyone's got a story, whether it's positive, negative, but you're here to transmute. And I think that it's possible for you to kick things like addictions, depression, suicidal thoughts. That's all possible. What I uncovered here, I could never uncover in just traditional therapy because I didn't know it was there. But I have been able to transmute it. Since coming to Rythmia a year ago, I've been the happiest I've ever been. And my family knows this, that before Brian and I got together, I had a partner who passed away. And that is why our friendship turned into a relationship, because he's going through a divorce. I'm going through this pain, and we just wanted to make the pain stop, but we still had to heal together, heal separately. And I have healed, and I feel amazing. I didn't feel that way 3 years ago, but my life is much different now. And I think your life can be different too. But you just have to be open to help.
Yes.
And community.
Well said. Well said. Thank you. That was beautiful, Brian.
Yeah, the vulnerability, the power of vulnerability. I mean, it's come up a couple of times, but just if there's one thing I can say to take away is that it's okay to be vulnerable. And I think so many times we want to protect, especially as men, and especially men of color. We want to protect. We've been told that we are protectors, that it's our responsibility to make sure that we hold space for our families. And oftentimes we do such a good job protecting that we protect everybody else against us too. Like, we don't give people an opportunity to heal us through connection and relationship and true vulnerability. And I think one of the things I've learned and took away from this experience that I hope serves as a blessing to somebody else who's considering Rythmia is my ability to trust, not just her in partnership. And we've had a journey where we had to, as the song says, we had to break up to get back together. But part of our journey was learning to trust each other. But part of my journey was learning to trust her, that she's not trying to hurt me, that she's trying to grow with me. And what that means is that I have to take responsibility for things that I might not have wanted to take responsibility for. I might wanted to push off before, but that I had to look at it in the mirror and be clear about, and honest about, what my intentions were and wanting to move forward. So I'm just so grateful for this journey. I'm grateful for the opportunity to trust again, trust her and trust myself and trust my community. And I'm so grateful for Rythmia for giving that back to me.
I'm so grateful for the two of your sharings. It's so authentically beautiful. These are the words we get to really embody. Like, vulnerability is a place that most people fear, and the way you're describing it, how we honor it, is really that's an opening. It's an opening door of really superpower hero. How do you say it? Superhero power, whatever it is.
Superpowers.
Because you're real.
Yeah.
So that vulnerability has been the doorway to help you trust in
Yeah.
community with each other. So it's going to just keep growing. This is the beautiful part is I love what you said. How could I have healed it in therapy when I didn't know it was there?
Yeah.
So at Rythmia, we have so many beautiful modalities to go deeper than what you can see from your outer eye, or maybe what you even know, because so many of our hurts and traumas are lodged in cells and spaces in our bodies, and we've forgotten so that we can survive.
Yes.
And then until we see, oh, we're actually not surviving too well, we need to go deeper to heal them. So
That's right.
this place is a safe, beautiful, magnificent space to heal, to get married, to go deeper, to get married. I don't know. It's like just so good. Oh, I bless your family. I bless all of you that love them, hold them dear. And I just bless you both. I bless your marriage. I bless it with unlimited love, that from this moment onward, everything you know about yourselves now and each other just continues to blossom like a beautiful flower, that may you never forget, and may you forever lean into one another and spirit to remember who you are as you go out into the world, because the circumstances of the world are still there.
Yes.
But your light and love gets to lead.
Yes.
That's right.
Brilliant.
Yes.
And so grateful for Kim's
Yes.
Answers You program. So good. So good. You learn so
Thank
much
you for
about
coming
yourself.
to class.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you
I
for
love
having us.
absolutely. I have a feeling I'll see you again.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Come see us every Saturday right here at this time. Come to Rythmia and watch your miracles unfold. And I'm just grateful for these two for sharing theirs. Blessings to the family. We'll see you soon. Hopefully, we'll see you right here. Have a good day. I'm signing off of technology. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.